I don't care if niggas is shooting, it's all about the clap back. Get your boss whack, premieres funeral on Snapchat. You now tuned into the bag.
What's good, y'all? Fisk Vegas, the hardest voice of sports. Go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe to the Fisk. You know why you at it. Y'all know what time it is. If you ain't with it, you best get with it. Now let's rock. Look, this video ain't gonna be pretty. It's not. Saints fans, it's my job to be fair, and it's my job to tell the truth. And as much as I love y'all don't get no passes either. Let me just go ahead and say this off the bat. The Saints got robbed. Period. That fucking no call. That no call is, he should be fired. That ref should be fired. He really should be. I don't know which referee was on the sideline or the back judge. I don't know whose job it was. Whatever referee ignored that flag, he should be gone. You shouldn't keep your job after you blow a call that big. It's the NFC title game. That really could have just sent the Saints to the Super Bowl. And you blow that fucking call, you can't do that. And that's a fireable offense. That referee got to go. I don't know which referee job that was. They got to go. They do. You know that, because if they call that play, if they call that flag, let's keep it real here. They run the clock out. They may even get a touchdown, but at worst case scenario, they kick the game-winning field goal, and they're in the Saints are marching to the Super Bowl. But they swallowed that whistle, and you know, and then shit gets weird. Shit gets very weird after that. Now, you know, listen, y'all know me. I get on my mic the minute after these games. I'm not, unlike Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless, who have an entire night to think about this shit. I come and do this right after the game. So I haven't had time to even make excuses for the Saints. Haven't had time to try and make jokes to make about the Rams. What you about to hear is the complete and utter truth. I'm taking my Saints bias out of this. I'm taking my Rams bias out of this. What we saw the last minute and a half of that fourth quarter in overtime is we saw one team go into the tank, and we saw another team just take the bull by the horns, man. I mean, the Saints went into the tank, man. After that blown call, you can feel it. I mean, you can really feel it. And my whole thing is, when I look at Jared Goff, before I go in on Brees, because I got to, the Saints was wrapped around him thoroughly. I mean, my gosh, though, he was just throwing up bullshit. Those two passes he completed to Everett in overtime, I'm sitting back like those should have been 2 sacks. And then C.J. Anderson bobbles the ball in the backfield and picks it back up. All season long, the Saints have gotten those fumbles. All season long, the Saints have gotten those turnovers, but it didn't go their way today. When Zerline kicked that first kick in regulation, I swear on everything that means something to me, I thought that shit was wide right. I thought it was over. I thought he missed it. I thought he Norwelled it. But then it fucking curved back in. I'm texting Boogie, my podcast host. He can tell you, I had a bad feeling about that. Something told me that it just wasn't the Saints' day. I'm telling you, when he made that field goal, it really looked like it was over. I thought he was gonna miss the kick. We was gonna celebrate, and that was gonna be that. But it fucking curved back in. You know how Skip Bayless always says the hand of God when Crosby made those 2 field goals a couple years in the playoffs? It's really as if the Saints just meant to go to the Super Bowl. And I already talked about the 2 passes that Goff completed in overtime that he should have been fucking sacked. Bruh. Then the dude kicks a 57-yard field goal, bruh. 57 yards. I don't care if you're in a dome or not. That's damn near midfield. 57 yards, that's basically from like the 40 fucking yard line. That's a fucking long ass kick. He could have booted that shit from the fucking logo. And then didn't he bobble the snap? Didn't they fuck up the snap? He picks the ball up and he still shanked it through. It wasn't meant for the Saints to win. That might be a hard pill to swallow for Saints fans, but I'm telling y'all, destiny, football gods, whatever you want to call it, it wasn't on your side. This was a weird ass 7 minutes. This was a weird ass last half of the game. This was very strange. And now that I got that out the way, Drew Brees, my fucking gosh, bro. Oh my gosh, Brees. Brees is one of the top 5, Brees, in my opinion, is a top 5 all-time quarterback. There's certain standards that he has to be held to, and there's certain requirements that he needs to meet. And I don't give a fuck what the situation is. I don't give a fuck what happened, what call didn't get made, what call should have been made. Brees, you gotta come through, bro. You can't, you let the city down with that pick, man. Brees let the city down. Sean Payton let the city down with them stupid ass calls he made at the tag and caught that bomb. They let the city down. Sean Payton and Drew Brees, they let the city down. Now, I know Saints fans might get on me about this because they're pissed off about that call. But we got to call a spade a spade. Those were 3 of the worst fucking play calls I've ever seen Sean Payton do in my life at the tag and caught that bomb. 3 of the worst fucking play calls I've ever seen in my life. There's no reason why after that tag game bomb, they don't close that game. No fucking excuses. 3 of the and then Drew Brees threw that low ass pat like I don't know what the fuck they was doing at the tag and caught that bomb. And then in overtime, Brees, you gotta come through. I went on Twitter. I specifically said, if this was Tom Brady, would there be any doubts what he would do with this ball? Drew, are you in Tom's class or not? He didn't come through, and I'm very disappointed. I don't know how else to say it. I can't come on here and make excuses. At the end of the day, did the Saints get robbed? You fucking right they did. But we can't act like Brees didn't get that ball first in overtime. We cannot act like that shit didn't happen. He fucking got the ball back. You gotta make it happen, Brees. This is your shot. This might be your last chance. God help us if that Mike LaFleur. God help us if Mike LaFleur is the next McVay and Aaron Rodgers has a head coach. God help us if Trubisky develops into what Jared Goff is, and could you imagine Trubisky becoming a great quarterback behind that defense? You got Cam Newton and Matt Ryan in your division. Jameis just got fucking Bruce Arians. You know they gonna be better. The Giants, Cowboys, and Eagles is gonna be good next year. The NFC is no fucking joke. This may have been your last chance, Brees, and you threw it in the air. You threw a fucking punt. Take the sack. I don't know, man. I'm very sad. I was rooting for the Saints. I love this team. I've grown to love these fans. I love the city. I love everything about the Saints. And this shit hurt. This hurt me. For real. Y'all know I'm a Giants fan, but I feel the Saints pain right now. Like I was rooting hard for the Saints. You fucking kidding me? All the love New Orleans done shown your boy? I was rooting hard as a motherfucker for the Saints, man. And Drew Brees throwing that pick and that 57 fucking yard, like, come on, bro. I gotta give credit to the Rams defense. They shut Ingram and Kamara the fuck down. I mean, that shit was hats off to Wade Phillips, man. And you know, going into my preview, I specifically said not having a number 2 receiver was going to be the downfall of the Saints. When Alvin Kamara catches 11 passes for 96 yards, you know that's great defense. That's great defense. Now, if that was Michael Thomas that caught 11, he would have had like 200 yards. But for Wade Phillips would go into the game and say, you can have all the Kamara you want to. You can't have Michael Thomas. That's how you beat the Saints. I told y'all they needed a number 2 receiver. Somehow, some way, I don't understand why he didn't. I know he needed a lineman. He couldn't cut a corner. He couldn't cut a damn random defensive tackle. He should have kept Brandon Marshall on the roster. Marshall could have at least made a play. When you take away Michael Thomas, all Drew Brees had was Kamara. He didn't have either fucking tight end. He's on like the 3rd, 4th string tight end. It was bad out there, man. It was bad. And shout out to Jared Goff. That's the last thing I need to speak on is Jared Goff. This kid was amazing. He locked the fuck in that second half. Dude was money. Jared Goff with his back against the wall was fucking money. He got that ball back after Brees got in field goal range. He drove him down. He got in field goal range. Do I personally think he threw some prayers up there? He did. But you know what? He still made the play. With Saints dripping all on his back, he still made those plays. So my hat's off to Jared Goff. I can't say another bad thing about him. I gotta eat it. Y'all know me, man. I'm not like, yo, I gotta eat it. I'm not gonna come on here. I'm not gonna make no excuses. I'm not gonna hide. I shitted on Goff, and that motherfucker proved me wrong. Goff is clutch. This is not the first time he's been clutch. Versus Patrick Mahomes, earlier in the season, he was clutch then. And with this season on the line, motherfucker came through, man. Shout out to Jared Goff. Number 16 about that life. Alright, I ain't got nothing bad to say about Jared Goff no more. The kid was clutch. He was calm, cool, and collective. And he did it in New Orleans. He did that in the hardest indoor place to play in the league, period. When it comes to domes, it gets no tougher to play than in New Orleans. And Jared Goff was money. He did what he had to do. Sean McVay. Why he didn't run Gurley 3 straight fucking times up the middle in overtime, I don't know. Zerline shouldn't have kicked no 57-yard field goal. He should have pounded Gurley up the middle, or CJ Anderson. He should have pounded somebody up the middle 3 straight times, but whatever. And speaking of which, what the hell's wrong with Gurley? I mean, the Saints, shit, did Gurley play? Are we sure Gurley played today? For real, we sure? So, in conclusion, congratulations to the Rams. Y'all going to the Super Bowl. Congratulations. For real, congratulations to the Rams. Y'all are going to the motherfucking Super Bowl. As far as the Saints go, look, I don't know what to tell y'all. This shit hurts. For real, I really feel bad for Saints Nation, because, between that Marcus Williams and Stephon Diggs shit last year, and then this no call that happened 30 minutes ago, them is 2 of the worst fucking playoff losses I've ever seen, man. I don't know what the city of New Orleans did to deserve this shit, but damn, I feel so bad for y'all. For real, man, my condolences to Saints Nation. My condolences to... Well, I ain't gonna say my condolences to Drew Brees, because at the end of the day, he had the ball. Period. I feel bad for the defense, but at the end of the day, Sean Payton and Drew Brees, if you take away that no call, let's say that no call never happened. Sean Payton and Drew Brees let the city down. Sean Payton dumbass play calling after that tag and bomb, and Drew Brees throwing that interception. At the end of the day, if you take away the no call, they let the city down. Point fucking blank, period. That's a tough pill to swallow, and I hope Saints Nation don't turn on me, but at the end of the day, it's the fucking truth. If you take away that no call, Brees and Payton let the city down. But that's it, that's all, y'all. Time for me to eat these wings and my comment section about to be fucking lit. But that's it. That's all, y'all. Subscribe to the unit if you rocking with me. My name is Fisk Vegas, and I approve this message.